So this lesson is a continuation of what we did yesterday, but if you notice, we're still going to be multiplying and dividing um, numbers in scientific notation, but now we also have standard notation in the mix, so we're going to have to do some converting before we actually multiply or divide. So if you look at the 3 steps, number 1 says convert any numbers in standard form to scientific notation. You may or may not need to do that. And then everything else is the same as yesterday. Multiply or divide the numbers in scientific notation like we did using the properties of exponents, and then we just want to make sure that our answer is in correct scientific notation with a 1 digit in front of the decimal. So if you look at number 1, if you notice the numerator is in scientific notation, but the denominator is not. So we are going to take that, and the decimal point's right there, and we're going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places. So that really is 1.161 times 10 to the 7th. Now the top is already in scientific notation, so we can just leave that as the 7.83 times 10 to the 8th. So that won't change. Now it looks like it did yesterday. So because we're dividing, we are going to take these two and divide them and then subtract our exponents. So in your calculator, when you do 7.83 divided by 1.161, you are going to have to round it because it's quite a long decimal, but you end up with 6.74 times 10 to the 1st because you subtract the 8 and the 7. This is in correct scientific notation because you have one decimal or one digit in front of the decimal, so that is your answer. Oops. Okay, so from there we go. Same thing over here. If you look at number 2, we're dividing again. The nice thing about number 2 is we can skip that first step of converting because they're both already in scientific notation. So we're just going to go right into dividing those. So 2.4 divided by 6.4 gets me 0.375 times 10. You're going to subtract your exponents. 9 minus 5 is 4. However, here, if you notice, this is an incorrect standard notation because we don't have a digit out here. So now we need to convert it. So we're going to move this 1, 2, 3, 4 places. So that is technically 3,750. And your decimal point is now here. So we need to move it back so it's between the 3 and the 7. And your final answer would be 3.75 times 10 to the 3rd. Okay. So same steps as yesterday, we just are adding in that additional step of sometimes you need to convert. If you look at number 3 again is kind of like number 2. It's not too bad because it's already in they're both in scientific notation. Now we're multiplying. So we're going to do 2.6 times 1.9, and you get 4.94 times 10, and you're going to add your exponents. 10 to the 5th and 10 to the 2nd is to the 7th power. This is an awesome problem because not only was there no converting, we also already have one digit there. So that's your final answer. That's all you need to do there. Okay. If you look at example number 4, here we do need to convert. That numerator is going to have to change. So that we have 8,370,000. If you move your decimal place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places, that's really 8.37 times 10 to the 6th because it started as a really big number. So now you're looking at 8.37 times 10 to the 6th all over 2.7 times 10 to the 3rd. So now we're going to take that same approach. These we need to divide. Well, 8.37 divided by 2.7 is 3.1. And then you're going to subtract your exponent, so that is a 6, sorry, that's a sloppy 6. 6 minus 3 is 3. This is great because it's already in correct scientific notation, so you're done. Okay, on the back side, I'm just going to keep practicing a couple of them. Number 5, we're multiplying. Here, that's in scientific notation. The second one is not. So if I take that, my decimal point is here. I need to move it 1, 2, 3, 4 places. So that 6.8 times 10 to the negative second stays. But then the second number is now 9.2 times 10 to the fourth. We're going to take our a values and multiply them together. So 6.8 times 9.2, you end up with 62.56. Maybe my computer decided to work. Times 10, and then you're going to add your exponents together. Well, negative 2 plus 4 is a positive 2. We're almost done, however, this isn't correct, so we need to multiply that out. We would bring the two places to the right and get 6,256. So if we convert that back, your decimal place is now here. You move 1, 2, 3, and you're looking at 6.256. Sorry guys, 6 times 10 to the third. And that is your final answer. Okay. If you want to practice a couple on your own, it might be a good idea to pause the video, work through as much as you can, and then check your work. For number 6, I need to convert the denominator first. So that's going to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. So it's going to be 5.9 times 10 to the fifth. So you have 1.357 times 10 to the ninth divided by 5.9 times 10 to the fifth. So we're going to take this and divide and then subtract our exponents. So 1.357 divided by 5.9 is 0.23 times 10, 9 minus 5 is 4. So here, I'm just going to make that a little cleaner. We don't have a decimal or a digit in front, so we need to expand that. So that's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to 2,300. Your decimal is really here. You bring it back in between the 2 and the 3, and you get 2.3 times 10 to the third. On the bottom two, we need to convert the first one. So that converts, we bring it 1, 2, 3, 4. So you get 5.93 times 10 to the fourth times 4.61 times 10 to the negative seventh. Sorry guys, this computer's not doing it for me today. So we multiply 5.93 times 4.61, and you get 27.3373 times 10, and you add your exponents, and you get negative 3. Again, we need to fix that. That's not good form. So we're going to move this 1, 2, 3 to the left, and we get 0.02733373. And when you convert it back, we need to move that 2 between the 2 and the 7. So it's 2.73373 times 10 to the negative second. That is your final answer. All right, last but not least, we need to convert here. So this is going to move 1. Hold on 1 second. There we All right, so for number 8, all right, we need to convert that one first. So we are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So that first number stays as is. The second one is now 9.2 times 10 to the negative 4th. Multiply your 4.18 times your 9.2 and you get 38.456 times 10, negative 4 plus negative 4. But when that happens and you add them, you get negative 8. Watch your signs there, negative 4 plus negative 4. All right, we need to clean that up because that's not okay. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, 3, 8, 4, 5, 6. And then you move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places. So you get 3.8456 times 10 to the negative 7. That's your final answer. Okay, so you're going to apply that. Again, you guys, it's just a lot of converting. We converted in the front, we multiplied it out or divided it out, and then sometimes you needed to convert again, and then you got your final answer. Okay, homework tonight is worksheet number 12. You can come up and get that when you show me your completed notes, and then you can spend the remainder of the period working on that.